Hey guys, so lately I've been kind of struggling with something. So I have two kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old, almost 7-month-old now. And I breastfed my first one until he was around 7 months. And I'm still breastfeeding my youngest one. When I stopped breastfeeding my first one, it was a lot of factors went into it. Like, my original goal was I was going to breastfeed for at least a year. I just wanted to set that as a goal and try and go from there. But I was working full time. I was going to school. It was getting harder to pump. And he was teething and it hurt. And so, like, I gave up. I said I couldn't do it anymore. I went to formula. So now that my youngest one is at that age too, I'm feeling those same feelings. Like, I feel like I'm losing my sanity in order to be able to breastfeed him. And it's a complicated feeling because I feel like I want him to be independent from me. I want him to be able to go with people, and I don't have to worry about, like, do I have enough bottles pumped? Do I need to, like, schedule my feedings around when I need to be gone or he's going to be gone? Like, it's a complicated thing. But at the same time, I want him to be dependent on me. He's my baby, and I've made the decision that I don't, at least for now, I don't want any more kids. I don't see myself having any more kids. So the fact that my baby, like, he might probably be my last one, he's growing up. And I feel like the weaning him off it's just another thing of, like, he doesn't need me anymore. And I know he needs me. Like, I know that, but it's different. Like, for all the breastfeeding moms out there, you might understand what I'm talking about. For the ones that don't breastfeed, you might still get what I'm talking about in the sense of wanting your kids to want you, you know, like wanting to hold on to that baby stage and not let it go. He's in the swing beside me, kind of cooing and fighting sleep. But, yeah, so I'm kind of struggling with it because he's still wanting to eat at night. He's still wanting to eat a lot during the day. And I feel like I'm like giving up myself for this being. Like, everything I do pretty much revolves around our feeding schedule. And I don't know, it's just like I feel like I'm craving freedom, if that makes any sense. Like, I want to be able for him to go with his grandparents and me not say, well, you can't take him for this long because I don't have enough milk, or he hasn't ate in a while, I have to feed him first, you know. I want to be able to just, like, give them a bottle or then make a bottle and call it good, but at the same time, like, I don't want to. I know, I sound like a crazy person, but now that I'm getting older, I feel like I understand where my parents came from on a lot of things. And over they were like, stop trying to grow up so fast. Just slow down. Take your time. It'll happen eventually. And I was like, no, I'm 16. I'm almost an adult. I know what I'm doing, you know? And then when I turned 18, I'm like, I'm going to go live on my own. I know what I'm doing. I'm an adult. No, I was stupid. That's what it was. When you get a certain age, over 25 is around when it is. Well, that's when it happened with me. You start to realize that 18 doesn't mean a thing. It means you can vote and you can buy cigarettes. Does it mean you're an adult? Not really. Because, honestly, the human brain does not fully develop until the age of 25. So, for you to have this thinking of, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I know what I'm doing, you're still a kid. And you need to be a kid. all these teenagers that want to grow up so fast, I just want to grab them and shake them and say, don't do it. You have no idea. Responsibilities break you down. Like working, taxes, kids that come crawling out of nowhere. You have no privacy anymore. A box. But, so yeah, so I want my kids to be kids. But, I don't know, it's like I want them to stay that age. But I want them to grow up. Animals? He's trying to tell me he wants to watch Lion King. What is it?
Fish.
Birds? You see birds outside?
Bird.
So anyways,
Cage.
what are you doing?
Fish.
Yeah. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Outside.
You see outside? Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, I want them to stay young. I want them to still need me because I feel like now that I'm older, I'm aware that that time where they want to sit in your lap and that time that they want to fall asleep on your chest, like it's limited. It's not going to happen forever. So like I want them to stay at that stage, yet I'm excited to see the people that they will become. I'm excited to see what they're going to learn, how they're going to develop in life, what kind of personalities that they're going to have. But then I still want them to be my babies. I don't know. I feel like it's really hit me hard because this one back here, that's being kind of mischievous. He is now really getting into the terrible twos. Terrible twos. It's funny because before I thought he was like he's getting that attitude and stuff. No, now it's like everything is mine. Everything is no. Everything is I want to do it this way. He's a very independent 2-year-old, which most 2-year-olds are. But lately he's been fighting with Logan more. Like he's realized now that some of the toys that are Logan's used to be his. And he remembers and he's like, no, that's mine. That's mine. He can't play with that. And so it gets to another situation where I'm kind of stuck because I want to teach them to share, but at the same time, I don't want to teach them that you have to give your things up. So I'm kind of stuck on like, how do I handle this situation? Like before I had their toys completely separated. These are Logan's, these are Liam's, you play with yours, and that's it. But with Liam being in the cast and being out in the open more and having to watch them more closely, here, hold on. Oh yeah? You want to see what's going on? Okay. But yeah, so with them being at that age and with him being in the cast, like I have to watch them more closely now, especially since Liam can roll on top of this one. That almost happened a couple of times. But it's just like they went from this cute stage of Liam always wanted to hold Logan and he thought that that was the best thing, that he had a brother. Now it took a little bit for him to get to that point, but he got to that point. And then now it's like we're reverting back to like, no, don't touch me. Don't touch my things. Get away from me. And I don't know how to handle that right now. Like, orange? Like, I feel like I have my hands full a lot. And so with having to like kind of keep them separated and keep an eye on them is making it even harder for me. Like, I feel like I'm slacking on the house chores. I feel like I don't have enough time for myself, let alone aught anymore. Like, I just feel like my life is just consumed with making sure that they're okay, making sure they have their needs, and making sure that they're not killing each other now. But I still love them. I do. I love my life. I mean, I feel like sometimes I sound like I'm complaining, like I don't. I do. I love my life. I love having these kids. I love living where I am. I love being in the relationship I'm in. But then, like, it's like I have this quiet voice in the back of my mind that's like, you're not you anymore. And I'm not. I'm not me. I look back to when I was 16, and thank God I'm not like that anymore. Even 18, I'm not like that anymore. I can honestly say I'm not even the same as I was when I was 23. And I'm glad that I'm not. But I feel like I still crave this independence. And not that I want to be like completely reckless, but it's like I mourn the fact that I can't be. Like, I have to be responsible. I have to be mom. I have to be the one to hold the fort down. I have to make sure that everyone's fed, bathed, going to bed at the right times. And sometimes I'm like, I just want to be me. I just want to, like, I want to be able to put my shoes on and just walk out the door and go somewhere. And I can't do that. I want to be able to just sit down and have a hot meal sometimes, because most of the time I don't have that. I make everyone else's plate, make sure that it's cooled off and cut up and they're fed, and then when I get to my food, then it's most of the time cold. And even though, like, I want these things, like, I want this independence, like, I still love that I have kids, and I still love doing those things. It's just hard as a mom, especially as a young mom, when you see all these people your age and the things that they do. Like, they're going out shopping and having a good time, and they're going on all these trips, and they're going hiking, and I can't do that. I mean, I could, but it would take getting a babysitter, making sure I have milk pumped, or go straight formula. It's more complicated when you have kids. But it's fun complicated. It's a struggle. It's like you have to find that silver lining sometimes. Like, when you completely feel overwhelmed and you're drowning in just like responsibility, you have to look at the silver lining that you have these great kids that you get to spend time with. You have to realize that you will never find another love like the love from your kids. Like, to them, you're the most amazing thing that's ever happened to them. And sometimes it takes me a while to realize that, because I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm just not good enough. I feel like, what else can go wrong? But then I have to stop and kind of smell the roses and realize that, hey, these kids actually like me. I don't know why, but they do. And I like them a little bit too, right? So yeah, back to my original meaning of making this post. I'm struggling with letting go of the baby stage. Even though I feel like mentally and physically I feel like it's time, but my heart doesn't want to let it go. But if you guys have similar struggles, if you understand where I'm coming from, or if you're like, I have no idea what you're coming from, either way, just let me know, because I feel like I'm kind of alone in this motherhood thing, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I know I have 2 kids, but I'm still trying to figure it out. So for all you more seasoned mothers, I'm open for some advice. Now I gotta go, or this kid's gonna probably pull down this dresser, and this one's gonna try and eat his hand off. But Till next time, I guess.